Russ, one thing I will ask to start things off, lighthearted. You kind of had some fun on the court the other game, coming up half court,
Yeah,
dancing. Well, I don't know what you call it.
you got it right.
Okay. Just have you ever done that in the course of a game
But you
before?
know what? Not really. No, no. I mean, I've done it probably a few times, maybe in Oklahoma sometime. But literally, like when you from LA, certain music, certain tunes just kind of hit you differently, and then like I don't know, all I heard was the music. I was like, oh, that's my joint right here. You know, that's my, and then my feet start moving. You know, that's just how it works for me. So and I love to dance, and it's something that I kind of enjoy doing. So kind of happened in the middle of the game, but you know, enjoying it. But that also goes to like what I mentioned after that game about just our swag and my energy. Like that's who I am, and like in order for us to be who we need to be, I need to be who I am and be free and do things where to me it seems normal, but for everybody else it's like, what the hell was he doing? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm okay with that, but like that brings a good energy to my team, to my teammates, and it puts us in a happy place. And I always remember like throughout the season and throughout a game, you always want to make sure you're having fun, win, lose, or draw. Because if you're not, it's kind of becomes like for me personally, I get so tense. I'm just super focused and not having no fun. Then I lose track of kind of what I'm supposed to be doing. So that also was a combination of all that, just having some fun, smiling, and enjoying the game.
So my follow up to that, I said it on the time. Last time we talked to Mello, he said that he felt like there was kind of a misconception with him. You told us when about this documentary that came out that you felt like there was a misconception with you. So even if maybe general NBA fans are starting to get to know you the way you want them to know you, do you think your Laker teammates know who you are yet? And how is that?
Yeah, I think they getting a better idea just who I am and kind of what's important to me, and that's just winning and making sure that I bring good energy and good spirits each and every day, regardless of kind of what's going on. Because you know, us as athletes and as men, we all have different things going on in our lives, and coaches and staff from top to bottom got different things that we all may have encountered. So I just feel like it's my duty to make sure I bring in positive and good energy to the guys, and that's a part of my job.
Kyle.
To follow up what you talk about, how did your teammates respond to you dancing, doing the? I ain't gonna say
They just
the word,
said,
but
they
the
just
walk.
said, they just saying, you know, that's just me being me. You know, I like to joke and enjoy the game and have fun while doing it, but also at the same time, like I'm gonna compete to the best of my ability, and that's just kind of who I am. And I think that some of them didn't notice it right away. Then after the game, everybody's like, "Oh, I didn't realize you did this throughout the game." And I was like, "Yeah, me neither." Until afterwards.
And my thought would be the defense you guys played last night. Is that an indication of what you guys talked about the process, taking steps, and that's one step?
Yeah, I think we've been moving in the right direction of just worrying about us, regardless of what team and who's on the team and what's their record. Really don't really matter at this point. Right now, we're just worried about creating our own identity, taking care of home court, and making sure that we move our defense in the right direction.
A little more technical, but Frank has talked about guys getting used to his defensive system. He mentioned to us that Phil has been going over some clips on defense with you. What to you? I know you've been in a lot of different defenses throughout the years, but what is the biggest adjustment for you in this scheme, and where does sort of in the layers of accountability for having a good defense, where do you kind of feel like you fall on how much responsibility you have to?
I mean, it's a concept of relying a lot on bigs, and kind of figuring out a way to be able to chase guards and kind of send them to the bigs and then go there. Man, like I'm more accustomed to sometimes going down and chasing down blocks and pursuing for steals and which is something I'm good at as well. But it's also I can get steals by the way we play defenses now and making sure that I'm in the right places on the weak side on the ball, and especially on the weak side, making sure I'm there to be able to help guys and boxing out and different things of that nature and rebounding and certain different things. But nothing that I haven't seen before. Just now, obviously now a lot more accustomed to doing it, and Frank has been a hell of a defensive coach, a coach in general, and he knows what he's doing. And my job is to make sure I fulfill the things that he's asked me to do.
Bill, on Zoom.
Hey Russ, I'm home with a sick kid today. When you were with Melo the first time, he was obviously at a different stage in his career, and it was kind of, remember it was a thing when you guys were together about whether or not he'd be willing to come off the bench, and kind of, you laughed about it at the time. He's obviously come a long way on that, and now, I mean, if he plays like this, he's going to be in the conversation probably for Sixth Man of the Year. What have you, I know we're 7 games into the season, but what have you seen from him in terms of an evolution as a, mentally as a teammate, and then his ability to embrace this kind of role and contribute in the way he has as, essentially a role player for you guys so far?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from the phone call I had with Melo to tell him to come to Oklahoma City when he was in New York, until now, he's always been willing to do what's better for the team and what's better, for that particular situation at the time. Obviously, sometimes it may have not looked as if he was willing to do so, but the conversation we had as men and as brothers, he's always been straight up and honest with me on, where he see himself for the upcoming season, and to see him just kind of really take in and own the space is just amazing, because I know he's at peace. That's the only thing that matters. Us as athletes and as people fail to realize that we are people, human beings like everybody else, and we go do different things that are more difficult to handle. And for him to be able to see that he's at a place of peace and comfort with himself is the most thing I'm most important about. Basketball stuff will take care of itself. He's a Hall of Famer, and will leave this game with his head up regardless of what happens. But him as a person and who he has become over the last couple of years is, to me, the most important part.